What is up, guys? My name is Hassan and welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to give you guys a full update on my Robinhood portfolio and the companies that I'm invested in and the dividends that I received for the last month and a half. So you guys can see here that this is my portfolio around $21,500. The market is actually moving a little bit because we're in the after hours. So this is my portfolio. It has about 40 different companies. And if you look at it, they mostly have one thing in common, and that common theme is that most of them pay a dividend. And I'm going to just scroll down so you can see some of my holdings right here. But in a bit, I'm actually going to go over it one by one, why I'm invested in them and why you should consider them or take a look into them. Depending on the company, either they pay monthly, quarterly, or semi-annually in their dividend payment. As always, before we continue, I have to give you guys a quick disclaimer. The disclaimer is that I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I know you personally or your financial situation. I'm not responsible for any of your gains or losses in the stock market. My suggestions are only suggestions. That does not mean you go out and buy these 40 companies that I'm talking about. Nor am I here to certify if certain companies are halal or haram, meaning if they're permissible or impermissible to invest according to the Islamic finance. It is just a place for you to start your own due diligence. Just because I buy something, that doesn't mean that you should buy into it. And another disclaimer that I want to forward to you guys, that all the information that I present to you are not mine. I get them from other people. A lot of research, a lot of videos, books, articles, 10K, 10Q. The only thing that might be mine is maybe my emotions and my experience, my 11 years of experience in the stock market. It's really important that you guys do your own due diligence and your own research before you buy into a company. So let's get started. So if we look at it for the 1 day, I'm up about 1.3%. And then if we look at for the 1 week, I'm up about 2% or $422. And then if we go to 1 month, I'm up about 1% or $238. And then if we go to 3 months, I'm up about 24.9, almost 25%. So in the last 3 months, I have gained back around $4,200. And then if we look at for 1 year, I'm relatively flat or around 2.5%. So one thing that I do want to point out, that even though it's relatively flat, as time was going by, I was collecting my dividends, and every chance that I get, like right here, I was averaging down. Right here, I was averaging down. So these are great buying opportunities that I have received in the market to lower my average cost down. Remember, as an investor, this is a golden rule that we should not buy all at once, nor we should sell all at once. So this is my monthly dividend tracking sheet for my Robinhood portfolio. You can see that around January, I received about $19, February, $25, and then March was one of my bigger months. I received $51 in dividend payments. And then in April, 27, and then May, 30. Even though my portfolio is relatively flat, around 2.5%, but as the months were going, I was collecting dividends each month, month after month. And this is why I invest, because of this chart. We can see that here is a linear chart. This is pretty much my average chart. For the most part, you can see that my monthly dividend income is increasing month after month, almost linearly, in a positive relationship or in a positive trend. Another thing that I want to point out is that a lot of you guys have been following me for a long time, that I have two portfolios. I have one, you can see right here, my M1 finance portfolio, and then I have my Robinhood portfolio, which is right here. So for the month of May, M1 plus Robinhood gave me about $55.65, which is actually a lot of money for me, because this is money that I did not have to work for. This was money that was given to me because as a shareholder, the company shared their profits and I received that. And this money, $55, was direct deposit into my account, and I can take that money, go buy sneakers with it, or I can reinvest and continue to grow my wealth. So it's really important that you guys make one of these charts so you guys can visually see your progress in your dividend income. So before we continue, I know a lot of you guys have Robinhood portfolio. You guys also have a M1 finance portfolio. So I'm going to show you guys. So this is my M1 finance portfolio. Currently, I have $9,500, a earned dividend of $370 just in this portfolio for the last year and a half. You can see that I'm only up. The market gain was negative $311, but I gained $370 in dividend payment. So totally my net worth, or my positive gain, is $59. So my M1 finance portfolio is broken up into different slices. So I have in my technology sector, I have 30%, consumer cyclical 20%, industrials 15%, energy 12%, healthcare 12.5%, and my basic materials around 5.3%, and then my communication services around 3.1%. So if you guys check out my other video, I actually go through my holdings in my M1 Finance portfolio. Today I'm going to show you guys my Robinhood portfolio. Now I want to show you guys my entire Robinhood portfolio. So this is my Robinhood portfolio. We're going to sort them out from equity, from my largest holding to my smallest holding. So before we do that, guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. It helps my channel grow and reach out to more people, and that way I can benefit other people around us. Remember, in the stock trading world, in the stock market investing, we are all on the same page. We're all on the same team. We're not against each other. We're actually on the same team trying to win against this market. As you guys can see, these are my companies, and these companies that I'm invested in have a bright future ahead of them. As I wait for them to appreciate in value, I collect the monthly dividend that you guys seen before. One thing to keep in mind, that in the United States, what makes stock picking difficult is that 1,000 people smarter than you are studying the same stock as you are. When you do find this unique stock, it is really important that you continue to invest them and you continue to dollar cost average into them. The reason why you should subscribe to my channel is because I invest in companies that no one else is talking about. So let's get started. So my very first holding here, you guys can see, is Baozong. It's pretty much like the Shopify of China. So let's get started. So the very first company that I have is Baozong. It is the Shopify of China. The ticker symbol is BZUN. So we have 52 shares. The price is currently as at $42. So my average price on this Baozong is $36. So if we go on to our next holding, this is one of my favorite holding, is AMD. We all know about AMD. It doesn't need any introduction. AMD is a semiconductor which makes graphics and computer chips. Currently, I have 34 shares. At my average cost is around $21, and right now it is at $52. So after AMD, we have Waste Management. I actually made a stock analysis video on this, so make sure you guys check that out. I have 12 shares, my average $104, and currently I'm break even. I'm up by $7. You can see that most of my holdings at the beginning are actually a larger portion. As we go down the list, my equity in that company gets lower and lower. After Waste Management, we have Texas Instrument. This is a very solid company. I also made a stock analysis video on this. Make sure you guys check that out. I have 10 shares. My average cost is around $110, and it is current prices at $125. So this is another solid company. You can't go wrong with this, a dividend paying company. So next thing we have is Johnson & Johnson. I made a stock analysis video on it because one of my top holdings. I currently have 8 shares, and my average cost is around $131. And currently it is almost at 141. After Johnson & Johnson, we have 3M. Make sure you guys check this out. Solid company. Have 7 shares. Average cost is around $164. I'm actually down on this. After 3M, we have Pembina Pipeline. I'm actually not going to add anymore because I reached my max. I'm going to hold on to 43 shares, and that's it. My average cost around $29. Currently, I'm down by a few dollars, or I'm down by $200. Another thing that I want to point out, that Pembina Pipeline, this company pays monthly dividend. After Pembina Pipeline, I have PetMed, ticker symbol PETS. I made a stock analysis video on this. Take a look at that. I bought it at around, my average price is around $24, and currently I'm up massive. It's around $35. I'm actually looking to add more shares of this. Every chance I get, I add to this. Next one is Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA. It's a chip making company. My average price is around $171, and currently it's up more than double at $384. Yes, I am looking to add more. So around $350, or any bargain I add, I'm slowly going to continue buy my fractional shares. After that, I have Microsoft, 3 shares, average price $101. I'm actually not going to invest in Microsoft anymore. I'm going to keep this 3 shares and hold on to it. I actually want to add more onto my other companies that need. After that, I have Expedia, around 7 shares. My average cost is around $56, and it's at around $85. Another solid company. I use their service. It's really awesome service, like before the pandemic, me and my wife, we planned a trip out to Boston. However, due to the coronavirus, we had to cancel it. We called up Expedia and they returned our money with no question asked. They provided us with great service. Next, after Expedia, we have Cisco. I have 12 shares, 12.4 shares. This is actually fractional shares. So Robinhood does allow me to buy fractional shares. My average price, 44, currently is at around $45. So guys, another solid company is Gentex. This is what I was talking about. When I talk about companies that no one else is talking about, we have Gentex, 20 shares. My average price is around 26. Currently, it's at $26. So guys, this is a solid company. This actually makes mirrors for cars. I think they have a bright future ahead of them. So another company that you guys should definitely look at that no one else is talking about is a great bargain, great value, great growth stocks that are growing their dividend is Kirkland Gold. This company has no debt. They recently bought a mine and they paid fully in cash. So a solid company. I have about 12.4 shares. I'm looking to add a lot more shares to it. Average price 38, currently at 41. So if you guys get a chance, make sure you guys check out this company. I showed you guys almost about half of my companies. So now before we continue on, before I bore you guys, I want to share a little true story with you guys. A few years ago, I knew this person who was in a financial distress. So I loaned the person $1,000, which you guys can see right here, thinking I was going to get my money back. So 1 year goes by, 2 year goes by, 3 year goes by. There's no sign of my money. But all of a sudden, about 2 days ago, this person hits me up and returns $1,000, which I loaned them, which was a very big relief because at this point, I wasn't even sure if I was going to get my money back or not. So I take this $1,000 and I upfront pay my phone bill for the next 12 months. So my family plan cost about $95 each month. 95 times by 12, it gives me about, my family plan phone bill costs about $95, and if I times it by 12, it equals out to $1,140. Instead of me paying $1,140, I got a discount and I only had to pay $1,000 for the next 12 months. This shows your wealth cannot decrease by giving and helping other people. Yes, by giving, we're physically seeing the amount of money decrease, but in reality the value of our wealth is actually increased because there's a lot more blessing in it. So I encourage everyone to give back to your community and help people around us. So now I'm going to show you, we're going to go back to my portfolio and show you guys the companies that I'm holding on to. Guys, remember, if you guys made it this far, make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys like the video. So again, amazing company that no one else is talking about is Kirkland Gold. After Kirkland Gold, we have Skyworks Solution. Amazing company, solid company. You can't go wrong with it. Have zero debt, does not pay any interest. I have 4 shares. My average price is around $94 and currently they have rewarded me and the value is at around $128. So after Skyworks Solution, we have Marine Products, ticker symbol MPX. I have 36 shares. Currently, I bought it for $9 and it is at $13. After Marine Products, I have Cal, ticker symbol CAL. I have about 60 shares. Average price is around $6 and currently it is at $8. Another solid company. I have Pfizer. I'm actually looking to add a lot more. Average price $38, currently at $34. So I actually want to buy more so in that way I can reduce or bring down my average price. So after Pfizer, we have Contour Brands, 27 shares, average price around 25. So I'm looking to buy more. Even though it's $17.30, I want to buy as much as I can. Another company is Foot Locker, ticker symbol FL. I have 15 shares, bought it around $23 a share, is currently at $29. So check out Foot Locker. I know our friend Jeremy likes to talk about Foot Locker. Another solid company. Escalade, ticker symbol ESCA, 29 shares. I bought it at $5.94, is currently up around $13 a share. So another company is Shoe Carnival, bought at 21, currently as at $39 a share. So all of these companies that you guys see on the bottom half of my chart, I'm looking to add more aggressively because I don't have much equity in them. You can see that 400, 300, 400, high 300. So I want to add more shares. In that way, like for example, Escalade, I went up by more than double, but in reality, it didn't really increase much because I only had 29 shares, or I only had about $400 worth of that company. So the next company after Shoe Carnival I have is MMP. 9 shares, currently at 43. I might add another share just to make it a whole 10 shares. There's a pipeline company, an oil company, currently at $78. I bought it for $79. So we're pretty much broke even. After Merck, we have Tapestry, 27 shares at my average price, $15. They actually cut their dividend, but hopefully they reinstate it. So this is a great buying opportunity at $13 a share. And then we have Broadcom. They just paid me a dividend today. I bought it at around 261, currently is at 300. So Honeywell, I'm actually looking to get rid of it. They invest in a lot of defense, which I'm not comfortable with. So eventually, once I break even, I'll probably get rid of it. And then we have VET. Stay away from this company. It's actually an oil pipeline company. We can see that oil is struggling throughout the world. So right now is not a good time to invest in them, or maybe you can load up. I'm sticking with 1 or 2 oil companies, MMP, and that's it. National Instrument, check this out. 6 shares. I bought it for 37, is currently at 38. Remember, a lot of my companies, I'm continuing to add slowly. They haven't appreciated yet, but as I wait, I collect the monthly dividends. And then we have SPSK, 9 shares, German, about 1.7 shares. And then I have Rio, check this out, 3 shares, MXIM. Guys, you guys should definitely need to check this out because there's another company, is a hidden gem, and I have 2 shares. And then I have VF, Genuine Parts, Cleveland Cliff. I'm actually looking to get out of this company, so stay away. Colgate, NetApp, and then my worst stock of all time is High Crush. Stay away from it. They actually filed for bankruptcy. So now, guys, remember, even though I showed you guys my 40 holdings, make sure you guys do your own due diligence before you invest into these companies. Now we want to take some questions that can benefit community. So now I want to cover a question. This question is by JY. How do you feel about Ford under $6 a share? So we're going to pull up Ford. Ford is currently at $6.05. A person is saying that is Ford worth it at buying at below $6? So I'm going to give my personal opinion. A lot of people was holding on to Ford because of their dividends. Once they cut their dividend, it's not worth holding on to it or buying into it, because one of the main reasons why everybody was holding on to it is because of their massive dividend payments. So personally, I don't buy their cars because they're pretty bad, and the people around me don't buy their cars. We all usually buy Honda or Toyota for the most part for the average people. But their trucks are good. That's one thing that's good about them. They do have a electric vehicle in the pipeline. You might want to wait to see how well the electric Mustang does. To be honest, it depends on their future output, and I'm not convinced yet. So I would stay away. Maybe if they reinstate their dividends, I'll jump back into it. But I personally don't invest in Ford because of their finance sector. So we're going to go on to our next question. This question is by FL. His question is with M1 Finance, where you can borrow up to 35% of your portfolio value at an interest rate at 2% if you have their M1 Plus. So we're going to go back to his question. His question is that with my current portfolio size, I'm able to borrow $6K at 2%. And if I sign up for, that's including if he signs up for M1 Plus, do you think it's worth it? As you guys know that I'm a Muslim investor, and us Muslims, we stay away from interest as much as possible. The interest favors the people who are above, who are richer than the poorer people. As a Muslim investor, we focus a lot more on sharing the profit. So remember, as a Muslim investor, you should not do this because we want to stay away from interest. So let me tell you guys a little bit more about M1 Finance or M1 Borrow, how it actually works, or the process or the logistics of it. So this is based on other people's review. So a person would initiate a borrow in the morning, then the funds will be deposited into their account by that same night. No questions asked, quick and painless. So which is great about their service. It might be worth it if you use that to shift balance off your credit card. And so pretty much you take M1 Finance money, you borrow at 2%, and then with that money, you use it to pay off your credit card, which is at 19%. So if you're doing that, that's actually very effective, very efficient. And then slowly you pay off that M1 borrow on a monthly basis, just like how you would pay off your credit card. So this is a very effective way if you're using it to transfer balance or to pay off your credit card. However, if you invest in a highly speculative stock, and if the market has a correction, you might run into a margin call. And remember what happens after a margin call. They require you to sell some of their shares, or crazy things happen. You might end up selling things that you don't want to, and then you complain how Robinhood or M1 Finance is is selling your shares without your consent. So you can get into trouble by borrowing money to invest, or borrowing money if you don't do your due diligence, if you don't reduce your risk. Remember, as a Muslim investor, we want to stay away from this, but other people, if they want to, that's up to them. As always, guys, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you guys subscribe. Hopefully I was able to add value to you and in your investing journey. As always, remember, we're all on the same team. Thank you. See you next time.